Science unveils the mysteries of the universe, transforming curiosity into discovery and discovery into innovation. Good morning, everyone. A heartfelt welcome to all of you gathered here for the Science Academies lecture workshop on ever young topics in physical and chemical sciences, hosted by St. Aloysius, deemed to be University, Mangaluru. It's truly an exciting moment as we embark on a journey of scientific exploration and intellectual exchange over the next 2 days. This workshop is designed to delve into the dynamic and evolving fields of physical and chemical sciences. As science continues to push the boundaries of what's possible, today's discussions and lectures promise to ignite curiosity, foster learning, and inspire innovation among young minds like us. This enriching workshop is brought to us by the collaborative efforts of 3 prestigious science academies of India: the Indian Academy of Science, Bengaluru, the Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi, and the National Academy of Science, Allahabad. These academies have long been the torchbearers of scientific excellence, fostering research, education, and innovation across the country. Their initiative to conduct workshops in collaboration with esteemed institutions like St. Aloysius ensures that students and researchers are equipped with the latest knowledge and inspired by leading experts in the field. Once again, a warm welcome to all our respected dignitaries, respected faculty members, and enthusiastic participants from our institution and neighboring institutions. Over the next 2 days, let's immerse ourselves in the world of NMR spectroscopy, quantum cryptography, mass spectrometry, and much more. Let's ask questions, seek answers, and above all, fuel our passion for science. Let's begin the inaugural session with a moment of prayer. Now, I would like to call upon Xavier Block Choir team to lead us into prayer. Kindly rise.
आनन्दमयाय जगरदया ये तके भयमानो सूर्योदया चन्द्रोदया देवरा दया काणो आनन्दमयाय जगरदया ये तके भयमानो सूर्योदया चन्द्रोदया देवरा दया काणो आनन्दमयाय जगरदया ಬಿಸಿಲಿದು ಬರಿ ಬಿಸಿಲಲ್ಲವೋ ಸೂರ್ಯನ ಕೃಪೆ ಕಾಣೋ ಸೂರ್ಯನು ಹರಿರವಿಯಲ್ಲವೋ ಆ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಆನಂದಮಯಾಯ ಜಗರದಯ ये तके भयमाणो सूर्योदया चन्द्रोदया देवरा दया काणो आनन्दमयाय जगरदया.
A stage adorned with dignitaries is a sight of honor. And today, we are delighted to have some of the most eminent personalities gracing our stage. We have with us our esteemed chief guest and the convener of today's workshop, Professor Yan Surya Prakash, CSIR Emeritus Scientist at Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, Indian Institute of Science, Bengaluru. We also have amongst us Reverend Dr. Melvin Dicunna S.J., Pro Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, who will be presiding over today's inaugural program. Our esteemed Registrar of St. Aloysius College Autonomous, Dr. Alvin Dessa. Dr. Ronald Nazareth, our Honorable Registrar of St. Aloysius deemed to be University. Along with them, we also have Dr. Ishwara Bhatt, Director of Xavier Block, Dr. Aruna Kalkur, Dean, School of Physical Sciences. May I now request Dr. Roshan Frederick D'Souza, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, and the coordinator of today's program to escort the dignitaries onto the dais. Let's give them a big round of applause for these incredible individuals. Thank you, sir. No program truly begins with a warm welcome, and today is no exception. As we gather for this enlightening workshop, let's set the stage for knowledge, discovery, and inspiration. To formally welcome the gathering, we have with us Dr. Ishwara Bhatt, Director of Xavier Blog, whose dedication and vision has been a guiding force, shaping minds and building a foundation for excellence. Now, I would like to invite you, sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Very good morning to all of you. I am delighted to stand before you to present warm welcome to all of you. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to National Science Academy, which actually contains 3 organizations: Indian Academy of Science Bangalore, Indian National Science Academy New Delhi, and National Academy of Science Allahabad, for accepting our proposal for this lecture workshop and for sponsoring this program today. Through this workshop, we are privileged to have in St. Aloysius deemed to be University campus today, galaxy of 5 top scientists of the country who will going to enlighten us through their subject of expertise, which will motivate our young students and also faculty members. When I say National Science Academy, I need to refer the senior scientist and professor, Dr. N. Surya Prakash, the chief guest of this program. Also, he is the retired professor from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and presently working as the emeritus professor there. He is also a resource person of this lecture workshop. His detailed CV will be presented before you, before his lecture, which will speak about volume of his scientific journey. Professor Surya Prakash sir, even after retirement from IASC, still is very active in guiding the scientific community. When I requested him to be the convener for this workshop, he readily agreed for that. Within next half an hour, he himself called me stating that I have set all topics and resource person for your lecture workshop. I think a big round of applause is required for this. Sir will guide us for the full 2 days. A hearty and warm welcome to you, sir. Also, I would like to welcome the other scientist, Professor S. Krishna Kumar from TAFR Mumbai. He will going to give us knowledge in his area of expertise. And 3 more scientists, Professor Ranbir Das, Professor Chennu Yelamagad from Nano and Soft Matter Science, Bangalore, and Dr. Madhu Ganesh from Vidatri Center for Chemical Education, Bangalore will join us. A warm welcome to all of them. Our Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J. is out of town today. He expressed his best wishes to this program. Our Pro Vice Chancellor of the University, Reverend Dr. Melvin Dicunna S.J. is presiding over the function. A warm welcome to you, Father. 2 of our registrars, Dr. Ronald Nazareth, the Registrar of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, and Dr. Alvin Dessa, the Registrar of St. Aloysius Autonomous College, are with us on the dais. A warm welcome to both of you, sirs. A hearty welcome to our Dean of Physical Science, Dr. Aruna Kalkur. Welcome, Madam. Dr. Roshan D'Souza, the local coordinator of the workshop, has put great effort in organizing this lecture workshop. A hearty welcome to you, Dr. Roshan. A good number of UG students and their faculty members from outside colleges are participating in this 2 days workshop. A special and warm welcome to each one of you from outside colleges. I would like to extend warm welcome to our dear students present here in large numbers. A hearty welcome to all members of the organizing committee as well. Also, my welcome goes to all the directors from various blocks, deans, HODs, and all our faculty members present here. I welcome all persons from press and media for your wide publicity of the event. Before I conclude, I wish this 2 days lecture workshop on ever young topics in physical and chemical sciences to be very useful to science students and faculty members. Now I would request our Pro Vice Chancellor to hand over a sapling to the Chief Guest as token of our gratitude and appreciation. Thank you, Father. Also, I would request Father Pro Vice Chancellor only to offer a green welcome to Professor S.V. Krishna Kumar. So with this, once again, thanking all of you. I wish this function to be a very fruitful one, and definitely all the science students, young students gathered here, you're going to interact with the galaxy of scientists who will be available at different times after their lecture. They will be available at your disposal here and there, so you can have a greater interaction. You can build a rapport with such a great galaxy of scientists. It is not easy to get all 5 top scientists together at a particular place. They are very busy scientists running here and there all over the world. But today we are privileged to have such resource persons here in this campus. So let us make use of their expertise. And those who come from outside colleges, please enjoy the St. Aloysius deemed to be campus and the good ambience here. If you find freedom, you can go here and there and you can see the campus as well. So with this, I would like to conclude my welcome address. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words and a warm welcome to you too. And the moment we all have been waiting for, the formal inauguration of the workshop. I request our esteemed chief guest, Professor N. Surya Prakash, to do the symbolic inauguration of the lecture workshop by lighting the lamp. And I also request all the dignitaries to kindly join him for this momentous occasion. Light is a beacon of knowledge, banishing darkness and guiding the way. As we ignite this flame today, may it inspire wisdom and discovery always. Thank you to all dignitaries for officially inaugurating this much anticipated workshop. A moment of wisdom and inspiration now awaits us. To share his thoughts, I would like to invite our chief guest and also the convener of today's program, Professor N. Surya Prakash, CSIR Emeritus Scientist at Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, Indian Institute of Sciences, Bengaluru, to address the gathering.
Start. Good morning to all of you. In the morning when the girls were singing, they were telling, Anandamaya is Jagahrudaya. For me, I interpret as Anandamaya, this auditorium, and especially this ambience and the young students who are sitting here. And second line was, from Suryodaya to Chandrodaya. Of course, I am Surya Prakash. From Suryodaya till Chandrodaya, we will be talking to you. That's what we are going to do. And also, he said, Bisili Suryana Krupe Kano. Of course, I am Surya Prakash. NMR is my Krupe for you today. So that's what I'm going to tell you. And while welcoming all of you for this lecture workshop, which is organized by 3 science academies, which are mentioned there, Indian Academy of Sciences, Bangalore, and then Indian National Science Academy, Delhi, and then National Academy of Sciences, Allahabad. This is an event organized to share the knowledge for all of you. And especially, it is as Ishwar Bhatt was telling, it is not easy to collect the resource persons in one platform and then to tell you everything about the latest thing which is going on in the respective research areas. So when Dr. Ishwar Bhatt called me some time back, he asked me whether I can take the lead as a convener to organize this. I really thanked him because it's a very good initiative with St. Aloysius, and especially I know it's an opportunity to talk to young people, especially young and brilliant brains who are sitting here. This is not that because we are professors from a prestigious institute, we know everything. In fact, when I'm talking to students, when I give lectures at various places, I learn a lot. Because the type of questions sometimes you ask, you will fix me on the dais. Sometimes I may not know. I'll go back and look at it. Oh, there is something new I have to understand. So this is an interactive session. That's why we call it as a lecture workshop. It's just not a workshop. So that when we are talking, you will also respond. You can ask questions. It's a mutual discussion. It cannot be a monologue. It has to be a dialogue. Both of us will talk to each other. That's one thing. And then after Dr. Ishwar Bhatt called me, first thing he said, we have to choose the resource persons. Always, I know there are a couple of good friends of mine. Whenever I call them, they will simply say yes to me. I know I take the liberty of calling them. So I called Professor Krishna Kumar, Professor Ranbir Das, Dr. Madhu Ganesh, and Professor Chennu Yellamagad. And each of them are acclaimed scientists in the respective area of specialization. They are all well known in the world. They have done good contribution for the science. They have really achieved many things. So as soon as I called them, everyone accepted our invitation, and they decided to come here and share the knowledge. I take this opportunity to sincerely thank all my friends who are here as resource person, especially coming to Bangalore. From Bangalore, coming to Bangalore. From Bangalore to Bangalore is, in fact, it is easy to come by bus than by flight because we take 4 to 5 hours. One of our friends who is coming as a resource person today, in fact, he is stuck there. Maybe he would have started early morning at 3 o'clock, still he has not landed here, his flight has gone somewhere. So in spite of all those difficulties, people have decided to come and talk to all of you. What does it mean? It shows the amount of interest the resource faculty has. And that is all because we want to train your young brains. That's our motto. Okay, this is what the thing we are going to do. And when he asked me, what are the topics we have to choose? Dr. Bhatt asked me, I said, what is the branch of physics or chemistry which you people want to do? He said, okay, it is your choice. And I want to make a justice for both because I do NMR spectroscopy. NMR spectroscopy is interdisciplinary. It comes in physics, it comes in chemistry, it involves a lot of mathematics, a lot of applications, biology, and NMR instrument, and for doing we need computer science, computer programming, and also a lot of electronics involved, everything multidisciplinary. So to do justice, I told him, why don't we title it as Ever-Young Science Topics in both physical and chemical sciences. So then aptly what I did is, I invited 2 physics people. One is Professor Krishna Kumar, other is Professor Ranbir Das, who is coming here. Though he is a well-trained physics person, he is going to talk to you biology. That's a and also quantum cryptography. He is expert in many things. And then I invited chemistry people, Madhu Ganesh, and our Chennu Yellamagad. Each of them are experts in their different respective areas. And of course, as I said, I'm a multidisciplinary. I like a joker card in, I can fit in anywhere. So it doesn't matter. You can call me a physicist, call me a chemist, call me a mathematician, because basically I'm a trained physicist. I did PhD in chemistry. I was teaching mathematics in IISc. So I'm a all-rounder. So that doesn't matter. So I thought 2 physics, 2 chemistry, I'm in between. All right. With this, let me tell you something about what we are planning to do today. First of all, we start with NMR spectroscopy. Let me tell you something about this subject now. NMR spectroscopy is a ubiquitous technique. Ubiquitous means multi-utility. It is present everywhere. And it is essential, and it is used in many, many branches of science. And it can be used in physics, chemistry, biology, medicine, food technology, name any branch of science. Today, it is hard to find a person who does not know NMR spectroscopy or has not used NMR spectroscopy for the research. That is the vastness of this subject. And fairly a new subject. It is not very old. It was discovered in 1945, became very popular after 1971, and nearly about 30, 40 years, it has really picked up like anything. So it's a very, very interesting topic, and a lot of applications are there. Like not only physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology, you can find this NMR utility in many unconventional applications also. For example, in well logging, in airports for detection of in explosives, a lot of things you can see. And we are going to discuss some of these things today, okay? And just to tell you how NMR spectroscopy is used in every walk of life. All of you must have seen MRI in some hospitals, magnetic resonance imaging. It is nothing but the offshoot of NMR. It has come to that level. Many of you might not know, even a village lady, if you go and ask, rural lady, she may not know, she might not have educated. You ask her, I went to hospital and got MRI. That is the level of vastness of the subject which has grown over the years, MRI. And I want to just share one of my experiences in a real life of utility of NMR. Long back, about 2 to 3 decades back, I was working at Israel in one of the universities. And then chief of Israeli police, he approached us for a particular challenge. You know, these police people catch some of the drug traffickers on the road. These drug traffickers have a habit. They carry tablets. And they say that tablet would have got controlled drugs like cocaine, codeine, amphetamine, variety, heroin, etc. But then when they catch them, they will say, no, it is a Saridan, I know paracetamol I'm using for a headache. So it was very difficult for them to justify when they even catch the culprits. So they came to me and asked, we have this problem, can you solve it? I said, okay, why not? We took this as a challenge. And then they gave us some street doses, which is seized in the clandestine market from the drug traffickers. They didn't tell us anything. Tell us, can you find out whether there is a heroin present in this or not? Some 20 unknown samples they gave me. And I pinpointed and we found out the presence of heroin in all these molecules. And you could even quantify them. That was the vastness of the subject. Believe me, this police chief was so happy, he was delighted. The chief of the Israeli police, he invited me for his house for lunch, and he took me in his vehicle to show all around Jerusalem. Of course, in private vehicle, not in jeep. Don't interpret wrongly. He took me in his personal vehicle. Now, that is the importance of the NMR subject. You can find even real utility, real life utility. And next, if you come to the second topic, and Professor Ranbir Das, he is going to discuss about quantum cryptography. Quantum cryptography is a very, very interesting topic. For example, I'm sending some message in mobile. It should not go to somebody. Only between two of us we should communicate. When I send a message, only you should receive. How it can happen? See, this is what is called, cryptographically we can transmit the messages. It is like communication between two people. And if you try to do this in a classical cryptography, what will happen? Take any number, we have to do the prime, any number, if you take it, we have to start doing prime factorization. It is possible to do it. Finally, we should get 2 prime factors. Supposing I give you a number which consists of 100 digits. If I ask you to do the prime factorization classically in a conventional way, believe me, it will take million years. Sometimes it can take the age of the earth. It's not easy. But quantum cryptography comes into rescue many times. You can do it much faster. So this is another important topic, and I am sure it will be very, very exciting. Our friend Ranbir Das is going to talk to you about these things soon. Next, of course, my friend Professor Krishna Kumar, who is sitting here, he is going to talk on mass spectrometry. Mass spectrometry can be used to identify unknown compounds, to quantify known compounds, and to determine its structure, chemical properties, etc. And Professor Krishna Kumar is a globally acclaimed scientist in mass spectrometry and mass spectroscopy, and he'll be telling you more about these things. I don't want to touch more about these topics because experts are sitting there to talk. If I talk everything, then they will be jobless. I don't want to do that. So let them talk, okay? And next is Dr. Madhu Ganesh. Madhu Ganesh is going to give you talk about stereochemistry. Stereochemistry finds excessive utility in drug, pharmaceutical drug, especially pharmacy market. And I don't know how many of you are chemists here. You must be knowing. There is what is called a stereochemistry. You can find out particular molecule, whether it has exists in the enantiomers or not. If a molecule exists as enantiomers, there could be two forms, L and R. There is a one chiral site. And then if it's a drug molecule, very interesting thing can happen. One of the enantiomer have a particular utility as a drug. Potential utility is there. But another conformer of that can be potentially dangerous. It can have an adverse effect on you. Many such examples are there. In the drug market, it's a $1 billion market in the chiral drugs. And give you a simple example, there was long back, there was a story about thalidomide is a drug. That thalidomide drug was given, it used to be given for a pregnant woman. Later on, they found that it has a defect. It used to give a birth defect for the pregnant woman. Whereas other enantiomer used to be given for morning sickness. Forget about all those things. You know about ibuprofen, which we are going to use as a painkiller. The ibuprofen has a fantastic property. It has a pharmacological activity of one of the enantiomer, that is S-ibuprofen, has a pharmacological activity where air will just pass through without having any effect on our body. So these are some of the fantastic applications of stereochemistry. This Madhu Ganesh is going to talk. And next topic is Professor Chennu Ellamagad. He is going to talk about liquid crystals. You all know 3 states of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. And liquid crystal is called the 4th state of matter. Of course, it's not 4th. People used to call us 5th state matter because 4th is called a plasma. So 5th state of matter it used to be called. These liquid crystals have a special property. And there have been different classifications are there, like thermotropic, lyotropic, etc. These thermotropic liquid crystals, for example, the pneumatic liquid crystals, which Chennu is going to explain in detail, that has a fantastic property. It has a flow property of a liquid, and it can give birefringence like an X-ray crystal. So like a crystal which gives X-ray, it can also give rise to X-ray patterns. So this has a dual property. That's why they're called liquid crystals. They have very interesting applications. Believe me, whether you know it or not, unknowingly or unknowingly, every day you are using liquid crystals. For example, your TV screens, for example, your display screens of the laptop, and many of the temperature sensors, everything in your day-to-day life, you will be using liquid crystal without your knowledge. And these are all very important things. Forget about that. You use detergent soap, right, every day. That detergent soap is a form of a lyotropic crystal. So these are the topics which have fantastic applications even in day-to-day life. That's why I chose these special topics to teach all of you today. So with all these things, these topics are chosen so interesting for you. I'm sure it is going to be very enlightening to all of you. And I encourage all the students derive maximum benefits from these lectures. As I told you, lectures should not be unidirectional. I cannot keep talking and you simply listen, or sometimes you doze off. That is not useful to me or to you. It should be interactive. Interrupt the speaker. Ask the questions if there is no doubt, if you have some doubts. Sometimes don't, as I told you, don't think the speaker he is here is a genius of everything. You may also have doubts when you ask questions. We'll come back and solve your problem, and answer your questions. So the interaction is very important in science to learn. That's what I want to encourage all of you, all the students, participate, show your interest, learn from the speakers as much as possible. So the next 2 days is a feast of science for all of you. So with this, I once again want to thank St. Aloysius for taking this initiative, and then my resource faculty who are my friends, who agreed to help me to come here, and you as a participating institutes. Sorry, I have taken a lot of time because I have been given 10 minutes, but Ishwar Bhatt does not know I have 2 more years to torture all of you, 2 more hours to torture all of you. But still, he gave me 10 minutes, so I thought I should speak something to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. that have truly set the tone for our sessions ahead. Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, with his vast experience in the field of science, continues to bridge the gap between knowledge and practical wisdom, shaping future leaders of tomorrow. May I now request you, sir, to share your message with us.
Honorable dignitaries, officials of the university, and dear participants. Indeed, a great feast for science faculty here at St. Aloysius deemed to be University, where we are coming up with a unique lecture workshop, as both lecture as well as workshop, as the convener of the program today so beautifully explained. It is need to involve a lot of interactions, and we are ready with that. Therefore, I, at the outset, congratulate the School of Physical Sciences led by Dr. Ishwar Bhatt, Dr. Arun Kalkur, and the convener, local convener of the program, Dr. Roshan, for organizing and planning this particular event for increasing the scientific temper of science community here. We are deemed to be university, and the very word deemed to be means a institution functioning like the university for a very long time, consider it to be university. A college functioning like the university, considered to be university. So the word deemed to be. And if I ask, in 1956 this concept came, which was the first deemed to be university of the Indian first deemed to be university. Any idea which was the first deemed to be university, a institution conferred with the university, deemed to be university status? It was Indian Institute of Science. In 1958, this institution was, now it has become the world famous university, and any innovations of India, if at all we talk about, are either from Indian Institute of Science or the people who have graduated from Indian Institute of Science are the one responsible for this. And we are extremely happy Professor agreed to be the convener for this event, and he has come down here. I thank on behalf of the whole science community for wonderfully arranging this program for all of us. And when we say it is the institution catering to the needs of the science community, I remember a small story of a traveler. Once a traveler was traveling, wherein unfortunately there was a small well. Traveler fell inside, and from that the traveler is shouting with the voice that help. And there came a philosopher, an inspirational speaker, standing up there and telling to this traveler who has fallen down, come up, you should be happy that it is only 12 feet down. If you had to fall 90 feet, you would not have been alive. You should be very happy. It's possible for you to come up, and the traveler unable to. So he tried his level best, the philosopher, and continued his way. After some time, there came an engineer, and that engineer is helping the traveler to come up, telling that move 3 degrees to the right, there is a place where you can hold on, climb up, it is possible. Still, there is no response. And later comes a teacher, and the teacher just finds out the person unable to come up gets a rope from close by, drops the rope down, ties it up to the other side, goes down to the well, holds this person there from the well, and carries him up. And at the end, he found that person who was lying down there, traveler, unable to climb up because legs were broken, hands were unable to hold, broken, and able to come up because the person, the teacher, went down, took him up and brought him up. This is the situation where we are in. Institution like this, when we are there, we require somebody to come to us and help us out. And this is what happened professors from Indian Institute of Science, professor from TFR, professors from very many institutes of highest nature are coming to us, helping us out to learn what exactly is to be, interacting with us, and ready to inspire us, ready to bring in curiosity among us and give us the answer. Therefore, I thank on behalf of the university for all these great scientists to agreed upon to come here to help us out and to have the scientific temper at our university here. Therefore, I wish all of you very best. We will have a wonderful session already, Professor has explained. And we know when I joined this institution way back 32 years, professors like Dr. Alvin Desa were teaching us, telling the attention span of a student is about 20 minutes. And if you are able to catch the attention for 20 minutes, you are a great teacher. Nowadays, with these electronic gadgets, the attention span has come down. And recently I was in a place where training, we were told, nowadays attention span, the reels, we swipe, how many seconds? 4 to 5 seconds. If we are able to grasp your attention for 4 to 5 seconds, then you are. Today, whatever 2 days workshop which we have, all these things in small reels, Professor Surya Prakash has beautifully explained. Therefore, all of us, I'm sure, are excited to see what exactly will be there, and we will have a wonderful session. I wish you very best, both organizers and all the participants. Let us have the fruitful interactions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging words and support. A true leader in academia not only imparts knowledge, but also inspires growth and innovation. One such personality in our campus is our esteemed Pro Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Melvin Dikunna, S.J. May I now request you, Father, to deliver the presidential address.
If the bones are broken when you are young, they can be repaired. After a certain age, it becomes difficult to repair. So, as students, you have got an opportunity to learn. People from Indian Institute of Science and other prestigious institutions have come here. Yesterday, we had one meeting of vice chancellors, and most of the vice chancellors were feeling today the quality of our learning has gone down. Quality can be enhanced when you ask questions, when you are having doubts. Accordingly, things are possible. And great scientists are with us, and our faculty members. All of us have put our heads together, and it is a privilege that this particular time is a time of feast, they mentioned. So, do not do any fasting as such. Feast means you have to enjoy, you have to see, you have to interact, you have to ask, then only it is possible. Young minds can make a difference, whether it is a physical or chemical sciences. All these are for the welfare of the human person. I have seen there are different concepts are there, different topics are there, whether it is NMR or whether it is spectrometry or quantum crystallography and stereochemistry. All these things are there to make our lives better. So if you know the principle behind this and application of these various types of techniques, it can make a difference. Science at its core is evolving day by day. There are problems. As a nation, we see there are multiple problems are there. Sometimes these mysteries of nature can be unraveled by simple ordinary techniques. So I'm sure this workshop will give us to understand what are the functional aspects of various types of molecules, how they can be seen, what is their morphology, what is the inner structure, what way it can make a difference for the human persons. So I'm sure they will help us what way it can be utilized in diagnostic or medical sciences or in agriculture and multiple other places. So as Surya Prakash sir mentioned, today we are having this interdisciplinary type of approach. Multiple people speaking from different angles, whether it's chemistry or physics or computational type of techniques that will help us to have the holistic understanding. I wish all the best for today's deliberations. And I also would like to say, let there be ethics. Let there be principles of truth. The basic idea is whatever the progress we are doing, let it not be done for the destruction of nature or the human person, but rather to have life and life in its abundance. So in St. Aloysius College, I wish that our guests may have a wonderful time, interact with all of you, and think in a way what way we can make a difference for us as humanity and for the future generations. Thank you. Have a pleasant day.
Thank you, Father, for your insightful address that will surely resonate with all of us. As we approach with the conclusion of this inaugural program, it is time to extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who contributed to its success. To deliver the vote of thanks, I now invite Dr. Roshan Frederick D'Souza, whose dedication and meticulous planning have been instrumental in making this event a meaningful and enriching experience. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Roshan Frederick D'Souza to express our appreciation.
Good morning to all. Dear Reverend Dr. Melvin Dikuna, President of the inaugural ceremony, respected Professor N. Surya Prakash, convener of the lecture workshop, dear registrars, directors, dean, resource person of the day, Professor S.V. Krishna Kumar, HODs, faculty members of the departments, and my dear participants from St. Aloysius and other colleges. Before we conclude the inaugural ceremony of the Science Academies lecture workshop, I take this opportunity to express our gratitude to those who made this event possible. Firstly, I would like to express my gratitude to Reverend Dr. Melvin Dikuna, Pro Vice Chancellor of St. Aloysius deemed to be University. We are honored by your presence this morning and express our gratitude for presiding over the ceremony and giving an inspiring message to us. Thank you, Father. I would like to thank our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Reverend Dr. Praveen Martis S.J. Being a researcher in the area of chemistry himself, Father Martis has been a strong supporter of scientific initiatives at the university. In his absence, I would like to express my gratitude to Father Praveen Martis S.J. We have amongst us the convener of the lecture workshop, Professor N. Surya Prakash, Solid State and Structural Chemistry Unit, IASC, Bangalore, who graciously accepted our request to convene this lecture workshop, arrange for the resource persons, and serve as the chief guest for the inaugural ceremony. A heartfelt thank you, sir. May I now request Reverend Dr. Melvin Dikuna to present a memento as a token of our appreciation. The Science Academies Lecture Workshop is a collaborative initiative by three of the Science Academies of India: Indian Academy of Sciences, Bengaluru, Indian National Science Academy, New Delhi, and the National Academy of Sciences, Allahabad, aimed at promoting scientific awareness and knowledge through expert-led sessions. We owe to the Science Academies for generously funding and sponsoring this event, which would benefit many students at our university and other institutes. On behalf of St. Aloysius University, I would like to thank the three Science Academies for their contribution. We have Dr. Ronald Nazareth, Registrar of St. Aloysius deemed to be University, and Dr. Alwyn Desa, Registrar of St. Aloysius Autonomous College, for supporting this event. I sincerely thank them for their presence at this inaugural ceremony and for their encouragement to us. Thank you, sirs. My sincere appreciation and gratitude go to Dr. Ishwar Bhatt, Director of Xavier Blog. It is his vision and meticulous planning that has made this lecture workshop a reality. It was he who contacted the convener, resource persons, and coordinated the workshop. I thank him for his leadership in organizing scientific events as a platform for knowledge exchange, thus inspiring all students to pursue careers in science and research. Thank you, sir. I express my gratitude to Dr. Aruna Kalkur, Dean of Physical Sciences, who has equally partnered with the Director and the Faculty of Physical Sciences in organizing this event. Thank you, ma'am. We have amongst us the eminent researcher, Professor S.V. Krishnakumar, who would be the resource person and address our students today. Your presence is a great honor to us. Thank you, sir. I thank all the HODs and students and faculty from St. Aloysius University and from different colleges. I'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of the organizing committee, volunteers, and the staff members who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to ensure smooth running of this lecture workshop. Thank you all. I hope that the 2 days lecture workshop shall witness insightful lectures and discussions, inspire curiosity among students, and promote academic growth. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day.